So again, my name is Adam Green, co-founder of the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, boldprogressives.org. It's great to see so many people here. And I again want to welcome the 1,000+ people who signed up to watch the live stream. Really great to have everybody paying attention to this issue. And our goal is to kind of lift back the curtain and share with you some behind-the-scenes stuff that went down on the Social Security fight. And for us, it began, the most recent chapter began in December, when there was a week where it actually looked probable that a grand bargain would pass. The stars were aligning, the media conventional wisdom was surrounding this, and we were kind of freaking out. So we were forwarding Leader Pelosi's office statement after statement from various House Democrats saying, we oppose chain CPI. We strongly oppose chain CPI. We really, really oppose chain CPI. And the feedback we got from our office was actually very honest. They said, none of this is affecting the calculus. Until members of Congress are willing to say, we will vote against a bill that has chain CPI, we don't believe them. And we can't bluff our way through a negotiation and pretend like we don't have the votes when we actually do for a grand bargain. You know, Democrats, unfortunately, have said they oppose things so many times in the past and then voted for those things that until they made that absolute line in the sand commitment, she couldn't go in good faith to the White House and say the votes aren't there. Luckily, the Tea Party blew up the deal, and we lived to fight another day. That was December. January, smartly, some leaders in the Congressional Progressive Caucus pulled together a meeting very early on saying, let's prepare together in this fight, us and lots of grassroots groups, to figure out how we work together in the next round, which is the sequester. There were many ideas on this conference call that we had about how to go on offense messaging, talking about how the best way to reduce the deficit is to create jobs, things like that, places that we want to go. And I love the ideas, lots of others love the ideas, but there was one caveat. We said, we cannot do this on-offense play, this Hail Mary, hoping that things work out in this on-offense direction, until we have in the bag a commitment from House Democrats that they will not cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid benefits. If we have that commitment, we are mentally liberated. And in good faith, we can rally millions of people around, again, kind of a Hail Mary, but if it works, and we've changed the debate. Well, we need that commitment. So the basic next step coming out of that call was a letter that would circulate in Congress, drawing an absolute line in the sand, saying we will vote against. Unfortunately, some members of Congress proposed a weak letter, a letter that urged President Obama to oppose benefit cuts, saying, we oppose. The exact language that Nancy Pelosi's office had told us was ineffective. Grassroots organizations like the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, Credo Action, Move On, Democracy for America, Progressives United, all talked and we agreed that we could not ask in good faith our members to rally around an ineffective action by whipping this letter. We made this clear to these CPC members, Progressive Caucus members, and for a few weeks we tried to get them to change this letter, losing valuable time. And eventually we were told that they were days away from launching. So we decided that we could either stay out of the Social Security fight and make good on our word that we weren't going to rally around a weak, ineffective letter, or we could engage by looking for another vehicle. And this is not something we wanted to do. We wanted to have one unified letter, but we went for it, and we approached some of our friends, and two people stepped up. Those people were Grayson and Takano. This letter promised to, quote, vote against any and any cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid benefits, no matter what else was in the deal. We were told by some folks in Congress from the start that we shouldn't even try this, that we will never break a dozen people. That by going through this, we'll actually isolate our allies by being stuck at about a dozen people. But through a great coalition effort, solid grassroots activism, and working as a cogent inside-outside partnership with our friends inside Congress, we are now up to 44 signers on the Grayson Takano letter, and another 6 who have made concurrent statements. We affectionately call these people the Awesome Caucus, because of their willingness to stand on principle and use their power when it matters. Becky will talk in detail about what our grassroots activism and partnership with our friends inside Congress look like. But first, here is a very shorthand top 10 lessons learned in the Social Security fight list. that she and I came up with in consultation with Digby and others. If you are particularly interested in one of these lessons that are not elaborated on in our opening comments, please ask about them in Q&A, and we're happy to expound a little bit. So, top 10 lessons learned in the Social Security fight. 10. We cannot depend on party leadership, caucus leadership, or any others to lead. We need to invest in leaders who are willing to lead. Number 9. Sometimes outsiders are more strategic than insiders. Don't instinctively trust the experts. Number 8. Competent progressive staffers inside Congress matter immensely. Number 7. Activists having personal bonds with members of Congress matters immensely. Number 6. A member of Congress being truly bold in a partnership and talking to their colleagues on the House or Senate floor matters immensely. Number 5. Many Democrats in Congress hide behind an I don't take pledges stance to avoid making promises that our country, our movement, and their constituents need them to take. Debunking this stance is a strategic imperative for our movement. Number 4. In the Grayson Takano push, progressives proved an inside-outside partnership model that works and can be replicated. Number 3. Progressives rewarded and invested in bold leaders, making them more powerful for the next fight. Number 2. The coalition built around the Grayson Takano letter that involves some of the groups I mentioned before, as well as Rebuild the Dream, National Organization of Women, and others, provides the foundation for the next fight, expanding Social Security benefits, coming soon. And number 1, progressives are perilously dependent on the Tea Party being batshit crazy. Progressives in Congress have the ability to be an enormously powerful bloc if they are strategic and unified, and our movement needs to help them build that power.